Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alicia and in today's video, I'll be setting up my November bullet journal spreads. But before going into that, let's do a quick flip through of my October setup. I really like how the vintage theme have evolved over time and I have used the PET tapes from album Handmade Love. Her handle would be mentioned in the description below. She has an amazing community on Instagram and also she has a lot of beautiful products on Etsy. So give it a go and check out all her products. Here I have also used some of my own stickers from my shop Chunky World, and these girl stickers and the handbags are all in that one sticker sheets that I have made for my own store. I like to experiment with my weekly layouts and I have said this before. However, there are only a few that I have started liking more, and I think these are few of those that I have tested on my traveler size notebook that works really well. So I'm going to continue using them, but I will make some changes. I'm going to leave one spread left for my memories page that I won't want to do for all the memories that I have gathered or collected in October. For the November spread, I am going to use the PET pre-cut tapes from Pepperminty Studio. This PET pre-cut tape is from her fall collection. I had pre-ordered it in her store. I think it was towards the end of August or in September, and it got delivered after almost like 4 weeks. Because it is a pre-order, it did take longer time because it goes for manufacturing to do the production, then it comes to her and then she will be shipping them. And shipping from US to Ireland, from where I live, is expensive, and also it takes time. So yeah, it did take time to reach me, but I assume that if I had placed an order for items that she already has available with her, it would be faster. Nevertheless, I am very happy with the designs. There are different designs for 200 centimeters, which is very rarely that I have seen. Most of the time it is like either 30 centimeters or 60 centimeters. I think the tops that I have seen was 100 centimeters, like different designs, but for her it is 200, which is a lot, and I was very surprised and actually happy. So yeah, I am going to fully utilize these different stickers that she have put, and these are all her own illustrations, which just makes it even more special. I am going to use one of the girl stickers as the focus of the cover spread, but I also wanted to do this window, the tier of window that you do. As you would see me here, it is not very centrally aligned is what I realized while I was editing the video, but it is not too much skewed towards the side, so I think I'll be okay. It's not going to drive me crazy. I did try to do this window that I have seen a lot of other creators creating this, and I have always been meaning to do it. The only downside of doing this is that you may lose out on a lot of real estate, especially if you are doing it in a smaller size notebook and if you do not have a lot of pages left in that notebook. Fortunately for me, in this one, I do not have a problem because I started using this notebook only from September. So I do have a lot of pages left. I also have to make the December spreads, and after that I'm going to move into a new notebook. So I really wanted to use these pages in such a way that it gives that creative outlook and also does the best use of the pages. One thing that I wanted to do was also use up all of these handmade papers, the mulberry papers that I actually got for the advent calendars. So whoever has placed the pre-orders for the advent calendars will be seeing some handmade journals by me using some of these handmade papers. And I was also thinking probably I will make a few for people who likes handmade journals to purchase from my store in Etsy, and I will also make them available in my Shopify store, which I am planning to open in the beginning of next year. I will be traveling for 3 weeks towards the end of November, so I will probably not have enough time to do it in November, December. The idea was that I have the store ready so that I can start giving subscriptions to my audience, and this subscription model that I was thinking was more in terms of the stickers that I make at home, and sometimes probably will be PET tapes or some washi tapes that I source from other creators. And if I am going to get anything from other creators, they will always be mentioned in the subscription box that these are done by somebody else and not by me. Washi tapes and PET tapes are always manufactured outside because they need special equipment, so that is not going to be possible for me to make at home. But the alternate solution that I can try to do at home would be to provide strips of washi tapes, and that would be in the form of stickers, so you can use it for smaller designs, but it will obviously not be in the loop of more than 100 centimeters, like in 5 meters or 10 meters that you would normally get to buy. Anyway, for the setup, I wanted to really lean into the cozy autumn vibes, and for this one I wanted to make the gingham pattern in the darker red shade. For the marker, I actually got the marker from my local craft store, so I don't think I will be able to link the specific marker that I have used. However, there are different shades of the similar burgundy, red or brown that you can find in other markers like in Tombow, Crayola, and they would work absolutely fine as well if you're going to recreate something similar to me. So yeah, you can do that as well. For the November title, I wanted to do this faux calligraphy but on top of the handmade paper so that it kind of stands out from the rest of the spread. And if you cannot see the designs because of the light reflection, it's because I was creating this video at night, so I had the lights turned on. Unfortunately, the PET tapes have a glossy finish to it, so that's why it is reflecting a lot. I did not get time to record during the day, and I wanted to really get this video out in the beginning of November and not delay it further. So yeah, forgive me for the glare, but you will see some close-up shots soon, maybe towards the end of the video, where you can see all of these elements come together properly. To finish off the spread on the left hand side, I'm going to pick some of these stickers that I think would fit well with the theme. At least in the cover page, everything kind of have a cohesive look to it in this PET tape, so it's not going to be too much of a task for me to do the mix and match. But there are few that I really wanted to use in the beginning of the spread, so here are some of them. Then to finish off the entire spread, I'm just going to put some sparkles all around, because I feel that when you put sparkles, it just makes the whole spread very exciting and also whimsical. I love a whimsical look to my spread. So yeah, I'm going to just put some dots and bubbles and stars and sparkles all around it so that it looks like it's glowing. Moving on to the next spread. This is going to be for my habits and mood tracker. For the mood tracker, I am going to make 4 calendars, mini calendars that will be colored in for the things that I have done for the particular habits, and if I have not completed them, then they will be shaded in a different color. The colors that I wanted to use were not actually covered in this video, but you can see that in one of my shorts or on reels. So make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where you can see the shorter reels for the videos and also the weekly spreads, because that is where I will be posting my weekly spread updates and any of the future ideas or polls that I normally do. So make sure to follow me there and also give me your valuable inputs, because that really helps me in structuring my ideas and also to bring in new items to my store that I know people will actually love and use. For the habits font, I don't particularly have any fonts that I used here. This is just a generic bold capital letters, and for the tracker word, I just wanted to go with a simple cursive font. Again, I don't know if there is any name to it because I was not referring to any particular font for creating these words. For the mood tracker, I have been really loving the graph tracker. Previously, I have made the graph on one complete left hand side of the spread, but this time I wanted to spread it across between two pages, and hence it is in the middle, and also the fact that the seam is in the middle this time and it is not on the other side, so this really helped in having the entire graph from one page to the other without any breakage, let's say. So I'm looking forward to using this. I love making the graph to see my ups and downs, and it's a very visual representation. I know a lot of people don't use mood trackers because they feel that it does not truly captures, because you can have a very good mood in the morning and then something happens and then it spoils your afternoon or your evening, and that has happened to me. So what I usually like to do is take an average of my mood, like how do I feel overall. Was I very happy? Was I just contented with the day of how everything went? And then that's how I mark the dots. But then again, I understand when people say that it does not reflect the true mood that you may have. So I have seen a lot of people having those color gradients to represent how they have felt throughout the day, and that could look a very true representation. I have never tried that. Maybe I will do one time, but this is what has been working for me and I like it. So I guess I will continue for another month. You will probably see the same mood tracker for December, but in January I do want to switch it up a little bit. So yeah, there might be something different for you to check out. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications so you know when new things comes up in my channel. To finish up the spread, I'm going to use the sparkles and bubbles again to spread across the spread. So it has some cohesiveness from the previous spreads and it doesn't look odd. And again, I love sparkles and bubbles all over, so it just makes me very happy. I'm going to just trim off any of the extra stickers popping out and I'll call it a day. The third spread in my November bullet journal setup is going to be for my content planning. I do a lot of contents for YouTube and Instagram, more so for YouTube because I like making long form videos like this, and also sometimes I do brand collaboration where I need to make a specific video for the brand. So this is the place where I would be tracking all of those video schedules so that I can keep on top of it and not lose on the schedules. The last few weeks I have been posting once in 2 weeks, so I would say in fortnightly or bi-weekly. But in November, I want to go back to posting every week. However, it's not going to be on Friday or Saturday. It is mostly going to be on Sundays, but it just gives me enough time to prepare the video and have the voiceovers and edits all done by Friday and Saturday. And if sometimes I do not get time to do all of those during those days, I would be doing it on Sunday morning so that I can have the video live on Sunday evening. For the calendar, I have used 4 grid spaces wide and 6 grid spaces in height. This I felt have worked best for me in this travel size notebook. However, previous to that, when I was using A5 journal, the grid spaces were more. I think I had used 3 centimeter by 4 centimeters, so that would be 6 grid spaces in breadth and then 8 grid spaces in height. I do like using a travel size notebook because it is handy to carry along with me. Also, at the same time, it does not take much space. It does come with its pros and cons. I think it's the way how much you want to use it and how much you actually write. It depends on your need and also in terms of your handwriting, because some people have smaller handwriting, some have large, and if you want to write a lot of to-do list and things that you want to accomplish, then of course a travel size notebook may not be the right size for you. This notebook is from Notebook Therapy, and I really loved the collection that they had come out last year. I think it was last year. It was the Maples collection. In the beginning of the year, I had used the olive green one, and in this year, I am using this burgundy colored notebook. I have placed a huge order again from Notebook Therapy. I really like the notebooks that they have designed all these times, and I just want to probably have like a collection of notebooks, which is not very different from a lot of people who have, like, I know there are people who have bought for themselves to have the color gradient and to have it in a display, or it would be that they have received it as brand collaborations or gifted by some of these brands. I have not been gifted by Notebook Therapy. This is what I have purchased myself, and also the new ones that you would see are purchased by me. And they recently had a Halloween flash sale which was 20% off, so I definitely took advantage of that sale. Moving to the final spread of this video, it is going to be my first weekly spread of November. This time I am going to make few squares instead of the vertical layout that I have been loving a lot. I will probably have the vertical layout in the later part of the month, probably in 4th or 5th weeks, but then I wanted to try something else and see if that would work. November is starting on Friday. Normally I make my weeklies from Sunday, so it would just mean that I have 2 days in one weekly spread. That would just not make sense. So I wanted to make these 9 squares that would encompass 2 weeks of November. I feel they have enough space for me to write my to-do lists for those days, at least the ones that are going to be the focal point, not actual to-do list, because there are a lot of things that you would normally do, but then there are only highlights that you would like to really focus, and that's how I use these weekly layouts, where I would be putting the main items or action items for the day. The rest of the things are part of the chores or that will follow up for that particular action item that I have to do. So for example, right now I am working on advent calendars, so I do a lot of sticker making and cutting throughout the day if I'm working from home, or if I am going to the office, then the entire day kind of is gone for me. So I try to plan what is that I will be able to do once I come back from the office. So usually I will reach home around like 6:30, 7 o'clock, depending on what time I leave and also the traffic in my commute back home. So I would set aside a certain task that I would like to accomplish once I come back. Most of the days I'm very tired, so I would give the day off from my business side of work so that I can give my body some rest that it deserves and I don't overwork or burn myself. But then again, if it is something that I am running against tight deadlines, I would be doing that for at least 1 or 2 hours. Like right now, I would come back home, have my dinner, spend some time with my husband, and then I will start cutting stickers or making the journals, whatever I can accomplish in 1 hour, 1.5 hour time that I would have before I go to bed. And the days that I commute to the office are also tiring because I do have to wake up earlier than my usual time. So I do get tired. If I get up at 6:30 in the morning, by the time it's 10 o'clock, I am very exhausted. So yeah, this really helps in having the focus of the week and what I need to accomplish in order to be on top of things that I want to do and I want to accomplish. There are days that I'm not able to do the things that I wanted to do, so that gets pushed, and then I can mark them as that, oh, they have been pushed from one day to other. It's called migration, and then I try to assign a date when I'm going to do that and complete the task as best and early as possible. After filling all the negative spaces with the sparkles and the dots, I would call it as end of setting up this spread. Let's do a quick flip through of the entire setup. I enjoyed making this whole setup using the stickers from Pepperminty Studio. The link to her shop will be mentioned below. If you like anything from this setup, let me know which one was your favorite spread. And if you have watched till the end of the video, put a maple leaf emoji so that I know that you have watched till the end. Also, if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, and also turn on the notification bell on so that you know every time I post in my community center or post a reel or a long form video. Your liking and subscribing really helps in growing my channel, and I also want to say welcome to all the new subscribers. I have finally reached 4,000 subscribers and I am so happy about it. So thank you so much for sticking around, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!